Good morning, 1 million hours outdoors. It's a very early morning, hence why I look like I do, puffy eyes and all. I'm on my morning dog walk. It's about 5:30, 5:40 in the morning, and I'm walking my two dogs. I've got Mabel, who's an old sprocker. Oh, she answered to the onion. And then there's Sunny, who is a 6-month-old galgo, which is like a Spanish greyhound, all gangly legs and not a lot else. Lovely to spend some time with you. Excuse the stop and start of nature of the walk. Get on then, you two. When was the last time I hugged a tree? I hugged a tree probably about 3 weeks ago. I do not necessarily full-on hug, but I do love to touch the barks of trees, especially if they're covered in moss, you know, that kind of really soft moss. Oh, beautiful. I also notice that I touch them as I'm running as well. I just think it's lovely. They kind of ground me. So yeah, I'm a tree hugger. If I could run anywhere or walk anywhere right now, where would it be? I'm very fortunate. I love where I live, and I live in North Devon. I live right close to a place called the Tash Trail, which is a fabulous trail that runs for miles and miles, and it has trees all around it. It's very quiet this time of morning, which is lovely. And so I'm very fortunate. I think I don't have one place that I would really want to run, but I always try and make the opportunity to run. If we're going away for the weekend or going on holiday, it's always the first thing that I pack is my running kit, just on the off chance I can go and explore. I love exploring new places by foot. You see so much more. And if you get out at this time of the morning, oh my word, it's like a jewel in the ground. It really is. There's so much to see. So yeah, I'm quite happy where I am right now. How many hours have I been outside last month? Quite a few, I guess. I haven't totted them up, but I would say probably I spend about 3 hours a day outside. I obviously run or walk or cycle most mornings. And we've recently got a new puppy, this 6-month-old, and so he has needed a few little walks, so we're out a bit more there. But I'm also fortunate, he's just grabbed a stick. I'm also very fortunate to work at home even before the pandemic, and I have a little shed in my back garden that means that I'm constantly popping in and out. We also have a couple of goats, so they need looking after. We're very fortunate where we live. I know that I am the luckiest person on earth. Come on, boy. Let's go. So yeah, I love the outdoors. It's what grounds me. I love it. It just makes my heart feel better. My suggestion for anyone who is taking up running, my recommendations is to start really slow. Don't panic about timings. There's no rush to do anything. Trying to do this with two dogs, especially a puppy, is quite fun. I started out, I was never a runner, and I started out with just running between lampposts. Run one lamppost to the next, then walk the next one. I couldn't, that hardly being able to breathe panics you. And then you think, oh, I can't do it. But you can if you do it really slow. Nice small steps, don't stride out. No reason to try and lap the path up with your legs. Tiny little steps, really slowly, and gradually that builds up. And don't forget, no one ever told me this, but don't forget that the first 10 minutes of pretty much every run is really hard. It's your body getting used to it and getting your breathing right. So that happens, and then after those 10 minutes it starts to settle down. But it's the most glorious thing in the world when you do get it. It's enlightening. Good luck. my spirit animal. I've always loved buzzards. I love seeing them in the sky, just gently gliding. They always ground me if I see one in the sky. It makes me think everything's okay in the world. But I suppose the animal that I most associate with, probably overexcited puppy. I'm very enthusiastic. I probably don't always think too much about when I go into something. I'm probably a little bit overexcited for too many people. But equally the traits of a dog of loyalty and trustworthy, hopefully I'm those as well. And it's not just bounding around like a crazy thing. Sun's just coming up now. Look at that. Doesn't get much better, does it? What advice would I give myself 10 years ago? That, don't forget the sun rises. The sun always rises. No, 10 years ago I was suffering a lot from anxiety. I wasn't the most fittest. And I think I would tell myself to trust in the process. Get outside. Remember the nature is much bigger than you. Put all your work worries into perspective. And just believe things that ebb and flow and bad times pass. This too shall pass. So I think that's what I'd tell him. And it also gets better. It's really, really good. Why would I recommend running to anybody? Because it changes your life. It's not just about your healthy heart. That's brilliant. Sometimes you get fitter. But it's about your mind as much as anything. You get space to yourself. You get the endorphins rushing. You have such an amazing feeling after the event, often. But also just see the world in a different way. Whether you're lucky enough to go out in trees like me, or whether you are running through a town or a city, you see it in a different perspective. It's headspace. There's a saying that goes, one run can change your day, many runs can change your life. And that's so true for so many people I know. It just doesn't matter about speed or distance. Doesn't matter whether you run, walk. Doesn't matter. Just getting out and moving forward will give you so much to your life, I promise you. Try it. Try it slow. Try it steady and just see the effects it can have. How many trees have I planted? I've planted through earth runs. I've run miles to plant 32 trees, I think I've done so far. As a whole, earth runs, our community has planted over 6,000 trees now. It's incredible. So excited by that. So people have run and walked their miles, some cycled, and they've turned them into trees. And we've planted them all around the world. And that's the most amazing feeling, to realise that you wake up and you look out and you see the trees. And in 100 years' time, something that we've done in the morning or in the evening has changed the world. They'll still be there. We'll be pushing up daisies, but they'll still be there. We've left a legacy by just going out and doing what we do, running or walking. It's beautiful. Am I a sunrise or a sunset lover? Well, sunrise. I love both, but the start of a new day, the possibilities. And also, there's less people around. It's really quiet. You see nature just coming to life. So yeah, always a sunrise person.